You ever just stop and think, what am I actually doing with my life? Like, you're not in a bad place, but you're not exactly going anywhere. You're just coasting. Same routines, same habits, same patterns. Everything's just all right. And that's the danger. That's comfort. And I think comfort ruins your potential. And that's basically what I want to talk about today. What kind of encouraged me to make this video was how I felt when I came out of university or college, if you're American. Essentially, I got a good, simple office job, simple 9 to 5, and I had a good life. I think for my age, I was earning quite well. Went out with friends on the weekends and went gym a little bit, but it was just everything was comfortable. I wouldn't go places that was out of my comfort zone. I wouldn't try new things because I couldn't be bothered to learn. And I just remember being in that position. And I guess if anyone else is in that position, this kind of little pep talk may help you get out of it. I think the difficulty and the danger with comfort is it doesn't hit you all at once. It creeps in slowly. You start saying things like, I'll start on Monday, or one more episode and I'm done, or there's always next week. All these little things you can tell yourself. Next thing you know, months have passed, nothing's changed, and you're still talking about the same goals, still dodging the same responsibilities, and still telling yourself the same stories. It's so easy to fall in this sort of situation, and no one's exempt. I don't think there's one person on this planet that hasn't told themselves, I'll do it tomorrow. Come on, man. It's normal. And the problem is that no one really tells you that comfort isn't peace. It's stagnation. There's a difference to peace and stagnation that I don't think people talk about enough. Comfort gives you enough pleasure to not feel pressure. And I don't think people realize how much of an effect this can have on you in the long term. But yeah, slowly what starts to happen is you stop aiming higher, you stop pushing yourself, and you stop dreaming. And I think that's where it really gets you. It's when you stop dreaming and you think it doesn't happen, but it will. And it does if you don't make any serious changes. It's mad how easy it is to waste potential without even realizing. It's you're not even failing. You're just in a position where nothing is happening. It's actually better if you are failing, because if you're failing, let's just say you wanted to open up a business. If you failed in that business, you could look through and see what you could have done better. If you, I don't know, wanted to become an athlete and maybe you just didn't get there, calling that failure is a bit of a stretch. But if you look back on it, it's probably taught you things like discipline and hard work. So there's things you can learn from it. If you're comfortable, if you do your 9 to 5, you get home, kiss your girlfriend on the cheek, jump on the games and go to sleep. If that's your everyday, what have you learned? What has happened to take you to that next level, to take you to that next stage? And we all have that dream. I think one of the sad parts is deep down, you can do better. So I think that's the hurtful thing. That's the bit that may sting. But yeah, we got more in us. We got more to give. And if you're comfortable, you're not doing anything about it. And I'm not above anyone in this. Like, I fully get it. Life is tiring, the world is noisy, and sometimes it feels easier to just switch off, scroll for hours, sleep in, and keep things simple. That makes sense. And I'm not against it. You can do that a few days, but I think you gotta think to yourself, when was the last time you did something that made you uncomfortable on purpose? Not because you had to, but because you knew this was gonna make you better. And I think that's what we all need to try and do. Think about your life now. Think about what little things you can be doing to make yourself better, and try and achieve that. Try and go for those things. We weren't just put here to pay for bills and keep your head down. You weren't built for average. You've got dreams, real ones. So you need to go and chase those. But dreams don't move unless you do. And that means being uncomfortable. That means trading Netflix for a bit more effort, trading instant comfort for long term pride. Growth doesn't come from laying in bed all morning, it comes from dragging yourself out of it, even when it's cold and you can't be asked. My own personal experience with comfort, I think, actually started with getting my girlfriend. So, you know, back in the day when I was young, obviously I was single, I was doing whatever. I think in a weird way, one of the reasons that I kept pushing for, whether it be higher salaries or a better body, like going to the gym and stuff, one of those reasons was obviously because when you're on the market, you know how it is. You gotta have a haircut, you gotta have good clothes, all of those sorts of things. So you're almost working harder, which leads you to strive for more and more. But obviously, I've been with my girlfriend for about 5 years now. So what tends to happen is, of course, you get comfortable. You know, the haircuts aren't every 2 weeks anymore. It becomes once a month, and you know, you're making enough money to look after yourself and your girlfriend. So it's like you don't really need to go for even more. And it's just it creeps up on you. And I think one of the hardest things was it wasn't even me that noticed it. I think I have a good girlfriend in that she kind of pulled me up on it, saying, you know, I'm not going for what I used to go for and always achieve and aim higher. And it's scary because sometimes it does take that other person to kind of snap you out of it. But it's dangerous, and I think that's why I really wanted to talk about it because it can really happen to anyone. Think about every successful person you look up to. I mean, here I'm from the UK, so we're very big on sports and football in particular. So think about Messi, Ronaldo. If you're American, I know a lot of you guys like basketball. We want to call it Kobe. All of those guys. You know, they got where they got to from being in from stepping out of that comfort zone. You just that's simply the only way to achieve greatness. And you know, you got I guess they're greats for a reason, you know, that's where we want to be. And people don't grow by accident. Nothing that doesn't happen. They grow and they get what they get to when they step out of their comfort zone. The part that's going to sting a bit is if you keep choosing comfort, nothing changes. You'll still be talking about starting that business one day, or still dreaming about getting in shape, or moving out, or leveling up, still thinking about life instead of actually living it. You don't want to look back in 10 years thinking, damn, I could have done more. I should have gone for it. Regret hits way harder than discomfort ever will. I think it's important to ask yourself in 5 years, where do you want to be? How much do you want to be earning? How much weight do you want to lose? Where do you want to be in life? What do you want your relationships to look like? And ask yourself, the steps you're taking right now, are they going to get you where you want to be? Because I think what you don't want is in 5 years you're saying the same things and you're putting the same goals on the board and it's just stagnant. I'm not trying to speak from my own high horse or anything like that. Funnily enough, this video, and another reason that I wanted to make this video was because I actually didn't want to upload today. I wanted to leave it for another day. I told myself that when I created this channel, I'm going to upload at best, no, at minimum 3 times a week. And that was just because I just wanted to push myself to actually keep going and not look at the views. So if it goes up or goes down, not to react too much. I'll be honest, I'm working on that part. But in regards to this video in particular, I am actually on holiday and I started thinking, you know what? I have a week off. Let me just chill. Maybe I'll upload 2 videos this week and I'll get to 3 videos next week. And then I asked myself, hang on, like I wanted to speak about comfort in a video and I was just about to get to that place. And it's not to say that, oh, if I only made 2 videos a day, my YouTube account wouldn't go anywhere and I would be a failure. No, I could easily just make 4 videos the next week. That's not the point. It's more about sticking to a plan I've put in place and having that discipline. And yeah, it can be a bit uncomfortable, you know, my girlfriend's in the next room chilling without me, but that's not the point. The point is that, you know, when you say you're going to do something and you've put things into place, do it and don't get comfortable and start pushing it to the side, because that's when it opens up room for you to continue avoiding responsibilities or avoiding things that you know you should be doing. This isn't me telling you to start something today and do everything all spontaneously. I think, no, have a sit down, have a think about some steps you can take to make your life a bit better and start small. You don't need to flip your life over overnight. Wake up maybe just 30 minutes earlier or go for that run that you've been saying you want to go on, even if it's raining, and read instead of scrolling. All these awkward things that we think wastes our time or we can do the next week. Just get started now. Maybe, you know, just have a go, and bit by bit you'll build some momentum, and then when you have that momentum you can go and take on bigger challenges. Rome wasn't built in a day, so just take your time, but obviously that's when the real challenges start, when you start taking real It could be risks, it could be whatever it is. Only you know your path and what you need to do to get to where you need to get to. And don't take this the wrong way. Comfort is not evil. We all need that rest day. We all need that calm day. I think it's just dangerous to stay in that sort of energy and in that sort of place. But just don't forget what you're capable of, essentially. That's the point of this video. So yeah, comfort feels nice, but chasing your purpose, that's gonna feel much better. So stop waiting for the perfect conditions. They're not coming. Let's be honest, it's not happening. You gotta start now and get uncomfortable. Then after that, you can actually see how far you've grown. But yeah, that's essentially it. I guess I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.